Hello, this is a short video on how you can use the Google Form add-on Form Publisher to keep up on progress and provide supports when you are in a coaching and/or teaching role. So starting from this overview doc, we're going to look at how you can add that add-on and create a template that will generate a doc so that each time a person completes a Google form, let's say you're trying to capture their goals or areas of improvement that they're working on, and that doc can be shared with both you and the person who completes it for ongoing feedback and communication, however you want to use it. It's beneficial because it organizes it all for you in a place that you can access and easily move between different people or documents that you are working with. So, with that in mind, I'm going to switch over to my Google form. This is just a sample action plan that I've used in the past. I'm not going to go into how to create Google Forms, but that document provides supports for you if you need them. So if you go up here in the three-dot traffic light menu and open that, there's an add-ons button. So when you click add-ons, it takes you into all these add-ons that you might want to load. So if I type in Form Publisher here, then I can click on Free. It will ask me to sign in, which account I want to use. It does require a lot of access to your stuff, but that's okay. It needs those to perform the actions that it performs. So when you allow it, then it will be added. So once you're ready, I'm just going to close that out. Once you're ready to run that and start the process of creating your template, you click this puzzle piece for the add-ons and then Form Publisher, and then Get Started. You'll see the sidebar open over here, and you can choose what type of document you want the template to be in. I recommend a Google document, and that's the process I'm going to model here. So when you select that, it will take a couple seconds to generate the template doc, and once you do, it'll give you a link to that template. And then down here are your operative markers. You don't need to understand too much about that, but what they do is they automatically put in markers for the date, increment, timestamp, and title. And then there's a marker for each of your questions so that you can use those to set up the things you want to include in that doc. All right, so when you click on the Edit the Template, this is where you can modify what you want your template to look like. So up here, the template title is just going to be the title of your form. I always take out this image here, so if you right click on this purple box, you can just delete that table and get it out of there. Same thing with that image. You don't need that. You don't need question list. So you can put whatever message you want here. So message here might include what this is and who has access. I can show you my example that I've used. So I included this message here and then put my contact information in it as well. Okay, so going back to yours, I also put numbers in for the questions just to make it a little easier to read, and then bold the question text, and then their responses will go in between these arrows here. So then you can do the same with the other ones, and then just make sure that you're not putting anything in between these arrows, because that is what is going to be auto-generated. If you don't want that name in there, you can just take that out, and that won't be part of the template. So once you have that set up, the template is good. You can click Next down here in the lower right, and that takes you on to the next step. So this is where you can choose your destination. It will automatically create a Google Drive folder. You can just keep that. And when looking at what the titles are going to be called, I recommend, instead of increment, you can have the template title, but you want that person's name in the file title. So you can just, actually what will work best is copy and paste this text here, because that's one of your markers. So if you paste that in there, then whatever they enter in that box is going to end up being part of that file. So further down in the response spreadsheet, I always choose keep the file URL so that it's there for you in the spreadsheet that's produced, but not a huge deal. So going on to next, it'll generate all this stuff, and this is where you can choose who to share it with. So the form respondent, I want them to have editing rights because I want them to add to it later, and then since I am the person who created it, I want to be able to edit it as well. So that way whoever fills it out will be able to edit that doc, so will I. If you want to add additional recipients, you can. Alright, so if you want to add notifications, you can there. But really that is the setup process that you need. Your form is ready, and then you can try it to see what it looks like. Once you do have it set up, this is what it looks like for me. When somebody fills it out, it includes the doc that I can reference. So when I want to look at a person's goals, I have this document open, and now I can add links to it. I can add comments. So if I was in the coaching role and this is what their action plan is, I can right click and comment and then say, this is good. Have you thought about ... So this provides an ongoing communication platform and a way for you to check in, monitor progress. You can add whatever other links and general information you want to include on that template. And it's just a great way for you to keep organized and have a way to communicate with people when you can't meet with them in person. So hopefully this helps. This document here will help you reference the things that you might need. There's a link to the supports for Google Forms and Form Publisher. And hopefully this helps you in your work. Thanks for listening.